Well, last time you saw this 55 Chevy, it was in the garage. Haphazardly had the plow attached to it. We were doing big smoky burnouts. Well, since then it's now snowing, and I needed the plow to actually work. So I wired it all up, painted it all up, fixed it all up. We got big bi-sply tires in the back with tire chains, and we actually do a little bit of plowing. It's a fully functional 55 Chevy gasser snow plow. 2-lane snow top. That's what you want to see. Do me a huge favor, subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell, and share it with your friends. Let's get started. So today, we're going to go ahead and wire this thing up properly. I have all the wire I took out of the truck. Shouldn't be too big of a deal. I don't know if this is a flip front end. Hopefully it'll go ahead with the plow on it, but it needs a little bit of love. It was popping and banging, and I think there's just water in a distributor cap. At least I'm hoping that's what it was. So we'll do that. This thing had, well, I didn't even pop the hood and we just started beating the tar out of it. So needs a little bit of love. I also got a little bit of a list of stuff I want to have if we're going to drive this thing. I need different bolts for the plow because I was only using 3/8, and this is supposed to have like 1/2 inch or something like that. Heater. I never built this thing with a heater in it. It does have a fan, so it would blow air on the window, but this isn't exactly a winter vehicle, so I got to get like an auxiliary heater. I know Princess Auto has them. Fortunately, they're closed today, so I'm hoping I'll find something decent. Plow whips. If you don't have a whip on it, it's hard to see where the plow is, and that's how you KO stuff. So I gotta get a set of those. Gray paint. I'm gonna paint the plow gray. It's been black forever. When I got it, it was orange. But I think I'm gonna clean it up real quick. Maybe get Danny out here, give a little splish splash, so it'll match not only this car, but that Chevy truck outside you can hear running on high idle. We're gonna get some steel wheels, winter tires, and chain, or tire chains, because we got to get a little bit of traction on this and some bungee cords and get her all together. As good as these Koopa Cobras are, I think that's what they are, in the summer, they don't do hell in the winter. And when you got a few 100 pounds sitting that far ahead of the front axle, yeah, it's useless. So that's what we're doing today. I'm going right now to go buy a set of steel wheels actually, which I might use on this, or I just want to have them in stock. When I come back, we'll pull the plow off, we'll see if we can do this motor, and start painting the plow right away, because that's going to be the slow part. Paint drying in winter, even in a heated shop, well, my heated shop, takes forever. See you guys in a bit. I'm back. Plow's off. Gave her a quick coat of paint. I stopped by Home Depot and got a little pint size of flat gray. The trick is, boys and girls, to get them to pre-shake it for you before you take it home. That way you don't gotta stir it. So I gave it a quick razzle dazzle. Picked up some junk brushes and some nuts and bolts, and I picked up a set of steel wheels. So I got some feelers out for tires yet, but we'll see. So anyways, I'm gonna blast the heat on this thing for a little bit. I just rattle can the top black, gray, and then black across the bottom, and that's the backside. No one even sees that. Once we'll gotta do something. It's kind of long and awkward, but to flip it around or do something and get the front side, I might be able to just do that on the car now that I think about it. If I get this all dialed together with the proper nuts and bolts. So I actually want to spin this thing around. But I can, yeah, leave it like that. I'll do the tune-up and stuff on the car, get the front dialed together, put the plow on, maybe convince Danny to come out here and do a little bit of work. But unfortunately, that's what I'm going to be able to get done today, is that, well, I got to wire it. I got some work to do. I better stop talking and get back at it. Alright, so check this out. Oh. So the problem I'm having, and I don't know, I put a bunch of new hardware in. So I've managed to get these little sleeves, slugs, whatever you want to call them, which what the plow slides onto. They're about level. Now, unfortunately, with the plow weight and all, it does hang down just a little bit. So I tried spacing out with a few washers. What I'm going to have to do, I don't have any, I got to get some long 1/2-inch bolts and build like a wedge, just so these are slightly tilted up. But in the meantime, it's sturdy, and I mean, ultimately it'll be fine, but it's only going to be, well, I can fit a 4x4 under it, no problem, so maybe 6 inches off the ground. I feel like it needs to be probably twice that, like a foot off the ground. But, yeah, we got her all done there, so I'll give her a quick razzle-dazzle, and then we'll flip this big fiberglass front end forward, we'll make sure the motor runs good, start wiring up the plow, because that is an important part. So, I don't know if I said it or not before, but what makes this old girl a prime plow machine is she's got a big black Chevy under this flip front end. So I had it rebuilt, or I had it built last year, last winter, last summer, whatever it was. So 454, 30 over, high compression. It's got a cam in it. Fender wheel headers. But the best part, it's got a Y-end intake manifold with 2 Holley 4-barrels on it. Also, flip front ends. You need to have a friend because they're a pain. They cut everything. They ruin the doors. Oh, double fail. You can do on your own. You take a pool noodle, you jam it on the side to hold it out. The dollar store saves you again. There we go. So, the problem always is, because it's got the big scoop, water comes in here, runs down, and that's the distributor cap. So every year, you gotta take the cap off and clean it all out. Probably make sure there's no water in the oil, so we're good. Yeah, so there's a little coolant or something there, fuel. So that's hot rod. You really can't go wrong. These fender well headers are going to get just smashed in the snow. I almost feel bad. I spent a full winter building this car, and then now look what we're doing with it. Turning it into basically a clown car. I love it. Well, I got the cap off. There actually wasn't any water in there. I pulled the spark plugs out. I don't have another set. I'm going to clean them, put them back in. The problem is, everything on this is, well, within a couple years old. Brand new distributor, wires, plugs, I do them every year. My next culprit that I'm worried about is maybe the coil, because it's right there in the elements. It's getting a little weak. There's a problem with it. I'm not really too sure. It seemed like when it was popping and backfiring, it was randomly side to side on the last video. So I don't know. I pulled all the plugs out and they looked fine. So we'll clean them, put them back together. I mean, worst case, tomorrow or the day after, I can get a set of plugs. Plugs are cheap, and man, just put a set in. For $2 a plug or whatever they cost, it does eliminate a bunch of issues. Could eliminate a bunch of issues. Anyways, working back here. So, our next step is the wiring for the plow. So the plow, it just runs off a little ATV winch that pulls it up down. Very, very simple. So it's got 2 wires here, which we're going to hook. You hook to the battery, but because the battery's in the trunk of this one, we're going to go to the back of the alternator and then ground. This little gizmo, I bought this box. This is to, originally it would have come with like a big connector, well, like that. And it's a nightmare to have all that in the cab. So I bought this little piece, which is actually meant to go on the handlebar of your ATV. But it just has 2 wires. Stupid compressor. Anyways, it just has this little thing which connects 2 wires, go into this little magic gizmo box that needs 1 12-volt switch power. And now that controls this with a little relay thing, which then puts power to these connectors, which goes right to the plow. So all we have to do is do 12 volts in ground and 1 switch 12 volts, which I believe I have just a little panel under or something like that under the dash, but that's nothing to put in. And then all you have is this under the hood or under the dash. I had this under the hood of the truck. We'll probably do the same thing. Let's put a self-tapper, or I might even just zap strap this, let's be honest, to the frame, because I don't want to have a bunch of stuff permanent on this thing. So yeah, we'll get after it. Alright, so I wired the old girl up. I didn't even set the camera up because honestly it was that simple. So here's her little trigger wire. I literally just wrapped all the wires together for that magical box. So 2 wires go inside. The other 2 wires, one went right to the intake manifold, then it goes to the back of the alternator, and that leaves this wire right here, which we're just going to do that with, and that's just going to go to the plow. So we'll route it in there somewhere, and then I'll just kind of stop strapping around. It's that simple. Distributor's back together, plugs are all back in. Unfortunately, I didn't find anything that was glaringly obvious, which is bad. So I was hoping I was going to find just a distributor cap full of corrosion. So, I don't know, I'm thinking I set of plugs tomorrow or the day after. But, here I'll show you this. So a lot of guys, when they have the flip front end, they cut it right here. And you're like, well, that looks stupid. But you know what? It makes a lot of sense, because this fender absolutely destroys the door. So, you put a $1 pool noodle on, and it should just skirt it. Watch it not work now that I'm trying to show off. Oh yeah. There we go. You don't need a friend, you just need a noodle. Okay, I'm gonna wrestle this plow on real quick and make sure it goes up and down. And then I want to actually spin the car around, I want to paint it, and crank the heat on. Plan. Alright, got it hooked up. Let's see what happens here. What the... Oh yeah. It's so ridiculous. Alright, well, that's actually a lot higher than I thought it was going to be. Huh. I think we might be done. Alright, it works. It's all together. I'm just going to drive it out, spin it around, and come back. I don't want to get the plow wet because I still got to finish painting it. I did the back side, but I wanted to do the front side, and we'll let it dry overnight, so it'll be ready to go for tomorrow. Hit the door, let's do this. It's going to look ridiculous. Yeah, it's a little front heavy. Made it around. Still runs crappy. Fix that tomorrow. Well, as you know, my garage is kind of short, so this is about as far away as I can get from it. But it looks pretty good. I'm stoked on it. Just fired it with a little trem clad. Trem clad makes everything better. I think it was $19 worth of paint. So that's it for me tonight. Tomorrow, I got my list. I gotta get some whips, see if I can find a heater for this thing. I don't have a heater hose. Hope I can find some of that. That should plumb it all in, but at least I can get it kind of situated. Tire change, spark plugs, a few little things, but the next day or two, this thing could actually be cruising down the streets. I think it's gonna be hilarious driving a 55 Chevy in the wintertime. I gotta say, I'm just excited for that. My main concern actually is wipers. I don't have any. And this thing has vacuum operated wipers. I have a motor, but it doesn't fit with the tunnel ram setup. We're not giving that up. Oh, I should put Rain-X on the list. Rain-X. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Oh, I was also thinking, if anybody watching this has stickers or anything like that, I'd love to just sticker this thing up, be done with it. So if you want, send me one in the P.O. box, I'll put her on there. Alright, next day. Got a shower and it's cold though. You guys will understand the long hair problems. Anyways, look at this. It actually snowed last night a little bit. A light dusting. So I actually need a plow truck. So, I was talking to my old man yesterday. He's got a set of old junky tires off some sort of truck he's going to give me. Look at this. I picked up a set of steel wheels. I love steel wheels. But, first things first. We got to go to Mers, get them. Stop by work. Get them put on. Then we gotta go to Princess Auto. Pump it. Oh yeah. Loves it. Junk. Alright. We're at Mers. This is his tire of doom storage.
Jeez, that's insane in there.
And see what we can find.
Hey, nice butt. Tall guy, little crawl space.
All sorts of good stuff under here.
You're like Indiana Jones in the Temple of Tires.
Like a behind the scenes. I thought I was bad for tire stuff.
Yeah, clearly not.
A little set of, It's got a big set of meats back here too. Come back for those. Maybe when they're traveling.
It's like you're doing CrossFit.
Not gonna lie, it doesn't make me feel very fit. Look at these things. These are old school tires too. Arcan A's. GR7815s. Huh. Yeah. These will look goofy as hell on the
You
back
have
of
like
the
a cobweb on your toque. I just feel like your hair is really good for spider nesting.
Alright, we'll load these up. Get them installed. Thanks, Bert. Alright, back in the garage. Did a little running around. We got those tires. I dropped them off at work so they can warm up a little bit because they were froze. They're going to have to stretch on those rims a little bit, so I'll go back and deal with that in a little bit. In the meantime, we stopped by Princess Auto. I love Princess Auto. Got like a universal heater core fan all in one. Not the exact one I wanted, but it was on sale, so that was a big seller. I'll figure some way to put a little tube around the fan so it can run the defrost. This car has nothing. No heater core, no fan, no anything, which is kind of a selling point of why I wanted this, because it has its own little switch on it and everything, so it'll be pretty nice. I assume it's just me 12 volts, anchor it to the firewall, and run a couple hoses, so hopefully I have room for that. Bungee cords, you never know these bungee cords, they're on sale. Plow whips, so jam those on real quick. And they had tire chain. I was going to make my own tire chains. They had them on sale. They got a bit of a funny auto tensioning thing, but that's why I bought the bungee cords. But all goes to hell. I'll just bungee them all together and call her a day. So I'll put the whips on. We'll I might screw out this heater box a little bit, and ultimately we're just kind of waiting around until those tires, like, I don't get so lazy, go put those tires on, and then we're ready for a test drive in this thing, like legit. And then maybe on the next video we'll go real plowing. What do you think? I think it's good. Alright, so I started messing around. I think I showed you the whips. The whips are on. I then started taking apart what I had here. So all I had in there was the fan, I believe, but nothing really worked. Anyways, I have it keys on. I just kind of ran the wire to it. Just got one self-tapper. It's dark as hell in here. There you go. So it fits right there. You have to figure some way out to get air to the vent. But really no big deal. Look, the factory switch works. Low, high, low, high. Mint. The other thing, I decided to quit being such a wuss. Want to put these tires on the rims. Look at these suckers. I'm so stoked. So they're 215/75s. Huh, that's not bad. So they're, I mean, roughly the same size as I got. They'll fit in there, no problem. So you know these are MERS. I saw, where did I see it? Old junk tires. Oh yeah. Blem. That's my old man. Buying Blem tires 10 years ago. Actually got these for free 10 years ago. And he drives a Volkswagen. But he stored them under his porch for me. So, thanks, Mer. Alright, I'm going to see how the chains go on these things. And I'm stoked to see what it looks like. I'm going to take a break from the heating system. That just needs 2 hoses run and we're dialed. Well, not gonna lie, I was a little concerned the hood wouldn't fit, but it just barely, without kissing the plow. It just touches that little arm lever there, but that's good enough for me. Got the heater core all hooked up. All I have is this, I don't know, I don't think that's coolant or heat rated, but it'll be fine for today till I get some heater hose next couple of days or whatever it may be. Take a little tour inside. This thing's still trashered, but we got the heater all set up, and it works out the switch. I just love that. That's so awesome. So it's all permanently done now, and plumbed, coolant in it, and all that. These are the tires I got from my old man. So they're ready to go. Chained them up. Now, unfortunately, so Princess Auto actually again had these on sale. The car chain was, I think, too small, so I went with the truck ones. And they were a little too big, so I just bungeed them. I don't think they're going anywhere. I think it'll be mint. I might need one more right there. But yeah, this thing's gonna be a force to be reckoned with. So I'm gonna clean up a little bit. Gonna run it. It still runs shitty, but whatever. And we'll see if we can get the coolant cycling through. I just kind of, I don't even know if those are the right 2 lines to tap into with the tunnel ram set up. Hopefully it is. And we'll get a little heat going through it. We can back her out. Maybe test in the lane a little bit. I still gotta put the other tire on, a few little things like that, but we got a 55 Chevy snowplow that's 100% functional as far as I'm concerned. Well, she's all on, she's together. Actually seems to run a little better, and it's actually snowing out, which is just serendipitous, is that the word for it? So, I got the other tire on, chained the hell out of it, bunch of bungees. The heater seems to work. Life's all good. Now, the garage is a frickin' disaster. We got tires, we got rubber, we got just stuff everywhere. 'Cause I'm not gonna lie to you, I was working on that satellite, obviously, and that thing's got to come back in. So I think what I'm gonna do, we're gonna back this out. I'm gonna clean up the garage a little bit. I'm gonna suck the satellite in, and then next time you see me, this thing will be, well, I'll plow the driveway and the lane like I always do. I got the Chevy truck here if I get stuck, but I'm thinking chains be no big deal. My real issue is I need some weight in the back. So I'm thinking a few sandbags, or maybe a couple chicks. I don't know if there's the 3 of you that are watching want to come over. Yeah, well, hopefully I back this thing out and I don't smash into anything. idling nicely in the snow. Got the idle cranked a little bit because, well, she ain't too happy. So it looks so badass in the elements here. So Danny's gonna do a little filming while I try and do a little plowing. We'll go from there.
Sounds like the start of a porno.
Filming and plowing. I think it works.
We're gonna have to try again when there's more snow.
Yeah, that was kind of lame. Seemed to do its thing though. Yeah, more snow would be cool for sure.
Well, it's snowing right now.
Maybe tomorrow we'll see. It didn't really have a traction issue at all. And man, these chains and stuff.
Those were working good.
Yeah, oh, that was pretty awesome.
Gosh, do you look Canadian right now? So into it.
And like 2-lane snow top. We have to figure out a name for this thing now.
I like 2-lane snow top. That's cute.
But that's where we're gonna leave it. I think the car runs, it drives. You know, the tire chains are excessive. I know the plow's excessive, but now this thing, I want to drive in the winter a little bit. I gotta say, I think it's gonna be.
Well, it's an all-season, all-purpose.
It's gonna be a driver. So let me know what you guys think. We want to keep seeing this thing. Oh, we should name it now, because I think that's awesome. And we'll see you in the next video.